Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Chuggs, and in today's video, I'm doing a 2-month overall review on the eXtremerate 2.0 back button attachment for the PS5 controller. And you can see in the video right here, kind of hard to see, but you can see the paddles on the sides. There's two of them, and the paddles or buttons in the middle. So I'll be talking about the pros and the cons, and overall what I think about this back button attachment. Alright, so for the pros, the pricing. Now, if you want to get a Battle Beaver controller, you can go on their website. Everything is going to be like 150 plus. And when you get, to the starting price, you can't remap the controllers unless you add that additional feature. So, if anything, you're going to be stuck with X or circle on either side, and that's that. For 150, that's a lot of money. I know not everyone has that money just to spend on controllers, but it is what it is. The pricing on this right here, 42 bucks. It's hard to complain just because you're getting more features than the Battle Beaver controller, and you can do a lot more for the price. The second pro is it's super easy to install. You don't have to be a professional. The cool thing about eXtremerate, they made a video on how to install it. I followed it, super easy. Only thing is there's super small parts, but just make sure you have an open table. I would consider using like a white background so you can see all the screws and whatnot, but super easy to install. If I can do it, y'all can do it. The third pro is gonna be the build quality. The build quality of the back buttons it's super good. Really clicky. And I push on these things really hard, and no issue at all. Doesn't squeak. I mean, that's all the internal parts inside the controller, but yeah, build quality, super good. The fourth pro of the controller, or the back button attachment, is the remapping. So all you do is right here. All you have to do is just hold down on that button for like 3 to 5 seconds. You're gonna see a red light on here, right there. You're gonna see a red light there pop up, and all you do is you hold down on whatever button you on the back you want to use, like this, and then you just press one of the buttons on the controller. That's that, and then you do it for every single button you want, and then all you do after that, once you're finished, is you just hold down on the remap button right here, and then the red light goes off, and then go ahead and start playing right away. Super easy. Yeah, no brainer. Another pro of this controller, it's the obvious, is that it gives you advantage over the other player that you're playing with. If he's just not playing claw or not using any back button at all, he's gonna have to move his thumb away from the X button every single time he jumps. And if he tries to slide cancel, it's just not gonna happen. Like, he's gonna be looking forward, and then turning is gonna be jittery, so you can't shoot and look at the same time, giving you the advantage just jumping with X or canceling with X or whatever, and getting that kill instantly. And the sixth advantage of this back button attachment is that it's available at all times. So if you have Amazon, it's there, and usually you get it within like less than 5 business days, if anything. If you have Prime, even faster. So I got this in like 2 to 3 days, and yeah, no issue at all. Yeah, it's available usually all the time, if anything. Now, so we talked about the pros. Next thing we're going to talk about is the cons. So there are a couple things, but let's get into it. So firstly is that the back buttons, they're not as resistive as the Battle Beaver controller. So what I mean by that is when you push down on it, there's not really that much resistance. So it takes a little force to push down, and it triggers the action instantly. Like, where's my Battle Beaver controller? Oops. Oh, what happened? There you go. So this is the Battle Beaver controller right here. Like, I'm putting a lot of force on the button, and it finally triggers when you put a little bit more. On the eXtremerate back buttons, it's just very light. Like I feel like you can push it down with the feather, and it'll trigger it instantly. Yeah, activating the buttons is way too easy. I wish they added a little bit more resistance so you don't accidentally push anything. The second con is the middle buttons right here. They're just too close to each other, to the paddles on the sides. So sometimes what happens is, imagine you're playing and then you try to press on the button. Look at my finger. But sometimes you just, your fingers are lifted. You're not really laying it on the triggers. But what if like you try to, this is my jump button. If you try to jump, sometimes it flicks the inside button. And this right here, this is for square. So this is like for picking up weapons, opening up chests and all that, opening up doors. So I'm not trying to do that. And if I'm in a gunfight and there's like weapons laying around, my character will just pick a weapon instead of jumping. And that right there is like, what, 2 seconds, because he has to like do the action of him picking up the gun. And I die. And it happens so many times. It gets super annoying. I try not to do it, but it's hard not to do it, because they're just way too close to each other. But overall, comparing this to the Battle Beaver, it's less expensive, obviously. 43 bucks, and your PS5 comes with a controller. So 43 bucks instead of spending another 150. Plus, on top of that, if you want to get 4 buttons in a remap kit, 43 bucks, no brainer. It's basically a steal. Very good quality, like I said, no issues at all. Buttons still work, they activate, and you can't hear nothing besides all the regular stuff that's inside the controller. Remapping, remember, you can make any button here one of the buttons on the front of the controller. Having that same feature on the Battle Beaver is an extra, what, like 30, 40 bucks? I'm not too sure, but that feature alone is the cost of this back button attachment. Think about that. But yeah, guys, 43 bucks. You can get it off Amazon. If you have any more questions, put it on the comment box below. It's Chuggs. Y'all have a good day. Peace.